KD Beats.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
City boy, city boy.
KD Beats.
All right, let's get into it.
Beats Planet.
Man. Heaven on Earth massage parlor, please. Heaven on Earth. Come on in, y'all. Shouts out to all the essential workers at the Blue Flame. All they bartenders. All they dancers. Security and everything. All the cooks is in the back cooking the wings. Just shouts out to everybody that work at the Blue Flame, bro. Oh boy. All right. So I was really gonna mind my business today. I got my PC back though. Just, you know what I'm saying, just to so we good to go. We even got a little RAM upgrade, so it's good to go. So this stream should be nice, all right? Should be nice. The Dallas Cowboys, breaking news, and look, I'm no breaking news guy. Y'all probably heard the damn news somewhere else like I did, right? I'm not breaking news guy. I'm no reporter. I do get paid for my opinions, though. I do get paid for my opinions and my thoughts and things of that nature, right? And I had many thoughts when I saw this, right? Dallas Cowboys trade for, and that's another conversation too, right? Did we trade for, or did they trade away? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that we can do when we think about this, right? They were looking for a suitor. They were trying to get rid of Trey, but like, were we like pursuing this? Right? Were we pursuing this? Like, why were we in the quarterback market anyway? Like, did we pick up the phone and say, "Hey, man, what you doing for this Trey Lance pack right here?" There's a lot of things that we can pull from this, right? Because the first thing that came to my mind was, "Damn, boy, Will Greer got fired, boy." I just, Let me tell y'all something. I don't mean to make jokes of this when I say this about Will Greer, but how you get fired before cut day? God damn. My word. Go ahead and get Will Greer about it. Here's the first thing that I thought about, right? But of course, the more you think about something, the more, comes to your mind, the more ideas that you can, come up with and fathom, right? So of course I wanted to go live and just share a couple of my thoughts with you guys. Appreciate you for being here. Let's run it. Let's get into it. I'm Voch Lombardi, in case you didn't know. And I got the phones live too, because I would love to hear from y'all. 202-926-1127. Access code 309-104. All right. Here we go. So the Dallas Cowboys trade a 4th round pick for Trey Lance from the San Francisco 49ers. First of all, how sick you got to be a 49er fan right now. Like, you trade everything. Multiple firsts. You pass on quarterbacks that you thought, that ended up being better. And your starter ended up being Mr. Irrelevant, 7th round guy. All that to get a 4th round pick back. Okay, well, people, hold on. What people on the phones already? People making noise on my phone. So let me come in and fix my phones here. But there we go. I forgot to do that. There we go. Mute them up. Call in. So just first of all, just imagine how upset the damn 49ers got to be right now that they're just losing on so much of this, that they're just losing on so much investment right now. So let's just get all the low hanging fruity clickbaity stuff out the way. I don't think this has anything to do with Dak Prescott. Okay? I don't think Trey Lance is going to come in and take a job from Dak Prescott. Y'all want to know why? Because he couldn't take the job of Jimmy, Brock Purdy, or Sam Darnold.
Did you hear what I said?
So what make y'all hooligans think he finna come in and take the job of Dak Prescott? Which is why the first thing I thought was, okay, well, Will Grier got fired. Cool. Will Grier is fired now. In my personal opinion. Does this mean that Cooper Rush is fired? I don't think Cooper Rush is fired. I don't think Cooper Rush is fired at all. I think Cooper Rush has won games in the regular season. I think Cooper Rush has been here through the entire camp. I think Cooper Rush has, grown some level of continuity with this team. We know what Cooper Rush can do in case of emergency. Understood? We just understand what Cooper Rush is at this point. There's no way that a character that couldn't beat Sam Darnold in his offense, Sam just got there, a character that couldn't beat Sam Darnold in his offense can just come in day one, don't know shit about Frisco's offense, Tex Coast's offense, don't know nothing about our guys and how they operate, and he's just going to come in and take the job from Cooper Rush. That's not the case. Why I think this is bona fide quarterback 3 behavior. If I had to bet $20 to a donut, Will McClay, Super Scout Will McClay, said, hey man, I remember the draft grade that we had on this character. I remember what me and my team thought of this guy. I remember when we were scouting Trey Lance, some of the traits that we thought were valuable. I just remember that. And if he's if he's anything close to that, right? Because there's a lot of reasons why guys fail in the NFL. Sometimes guys fail in the NFL because they've been sipping certain shit. You know what I'm saying? We Them Boys says you are 100% wrong on this, Voch. Take your feelings out of this. Voch hasn't even given his opinion yet.
Did you hear what I said?
Oh my goodness, Voch ain't even said what I thought. Y'all motherfuckers be so hurt. Y'all hate Dak so bad. I ain't even get my thoughts yet. I'm just setting the table. I'm just taking a sip of water and letting you know like what happened today. Trey Lance got traded. No, he didn't, Voch. What the? Relax. And I'm still sick. Whatever. So anyway, right? I don't think this has anything to do with Will Grier. Okay, Trey Lance couldn't beat dudes on his own team. So of course I don't think Trey Lance can just come in and beat dudes that have an established situation here, right? What Trey Lance is he's young and he's talented, and draft dudes not that long ago remember evaluating Trey Lance. So what this means to me, if anything, if this is not about Dak and not about Cooper Rush, yeah, we're going to make our third quarterback better, because hey, we can just say that Trey Lance is a better draft prospect than Will Grier. Trey Lance is more talented than Will Grier. Trey Lance has more upside than Will Grier. We can all say that, right? But this seems to be a long play. Now, what's the reason for this long play? I don't know. Like, what's the background story behind this long play? I don't know. Because I know we them boys in the chat that just said, Voch, You're lying to us, Voch. You in your feelings, Voch. Well, if Dak Prescott wasn't able to beat Sam Darnold in a damn depth chart competition, I'd expect you to hate. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you put some of your cowboy hate and some of your cowboy stuff on like Trey Lance right now that couldn't beat Brock Purdy? That's my whole thing here, right? So Shanahan, and we've heard this about Shanahan the whole time, right? He seems to be a coach that you kind of got to do it his way, right? But if you could do it his way, you could do it, right? Which is why Jimmy Garoppolo can win you a playoff game in San Francisco, but maybe Jimmy won't be, that guy elsewhere. Shanahan may not be a developer. He may just be a give me the pieces and we'll just make this thing work type of thing, So in my mind, when we hear people say things like, oh, well, maybe Trey Lance needs a breath of fresh air. Maybe Trey Lance needed some destination with no pressure. Because trust me, Trey Lance here ain't no pressure on him. Dak gets all that. Ford gets all that. There's no pressure on Trey Lance to come in and beat anybody right now. Trey Lance just gets to come in and learn and teach. I mean, pardon me. Well, shit, he can teach somebody. He can some football camp if you want to in the fucking Dallas area. He can teach if you want to. But he comes here to learn. And in my mind, this being a future play, what this could possibly mean is, hey, Trey Lance, you sit behind Dak Prescott. You sit behind Cooper Rush while Dak is out there playing. You let Cooper Rush bring you along and teach you all the things you need to know. You're not going to play this year. We're going to redshirt you again, Trey Lance. We're going to redshirt you again, Trey Lance. I'm going to wait for somebody more qualified to tell me. I'm going to wait for somebody more qualified to tell me what the numbers are. For Trey Lance's rookie contract and all that. I'm going to wait for qualified people to tell me that. But what this sounds like is Trey Lance is about to get redshirted. He's about to get redshirted, and he's going to sit behind Cooper Rush in an attempt to next year be the backup quarterback to this team. But here's another layer, chat. And this is where we them boys kind of can have a conversation now. Because he hates the Cowboys. He hates Dak. But now we can have a conversation for real. If you get Trey Lance in your system, in your house, in your room or whatever, amongst your other quarterbacks and offensive players, two things can happen here, right? One, in which I think is the least likely option, right? Dak Prescott can try to hold you hostage via contract type shit. And Trey Lance is just been in your rooms. And you going, you know what? I think Trey Lance can be good here. I think Trey Lance has developed enough this past redshirt season. I'm not going to do this contract thing with Dak Prescott that he wants to do right now. That could be a thing. But what makes a little more sense to me, what this could be, not saying what it is, just saying what it could be. What makes a little bit more sense to me is Trey Lance gets here and he gets better and he develops. And let's just say Dak Prescott got another 6 years for you. You ain't got to even worry about that, right? Just another 6 years. We're not even worried about Trey Lance stepping up when Dak retires. We ain't even worry about that. Trey gonna be gone by then. What if you can harness Trey's skill sets? You can trade him for a higher pick. That sounds fire to me. That sounds like it makes a little bit of sense to me. You know? The flipping of picks here. The maneuvering of picks here. Right? That's what could make a little bit of sense to me. And look, that's like the last case scenario. That's like the last option. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't have backup plans in case this thing happens, you know? We call it covering our ass, right? We always hear people talk about Will McClay covering his ass. Pause if you need to. Pause if you need to. Just covering your ass a little bit, right? Because how many opportunities do you get to have a top 5 quarterback? And when I say top 5 quarterback, I don't mean top 5 quarterback in the sense of like, hey, he's earned top 5 because he's developed and played here. I mean, like he was drafted top 5, like top 5 talent type guy, right? How many opportunities do you get to have a dude like that, right? You got to lose a lot of ball games to get dudes like this. So maybe this was some type of foresight, right? To where, hey, man, if anything happens to any situation that happens with this Trey Lance, man, with this Dak Prescott thing, man, just whatever we just covering our ass right now. We don't even need him this year. We redshirting him. We sent them a 4th round pick to redshirt him. Mind you, Cowboys don't have a 4th, 5th, or a 6th round pick this year. Next year. Is this some all-in type behavior, chat? Is this some all-in type behavior? I know 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks mean a little more. I know 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks mean a little bit more in this organization than they do in other places, right? Because we draft well, you know? So, hell yeah, 4th round pick for a quarterback that I remember scouting in draft season. Athleticism, mobility, arm, field awareness. But maybe it's just not working the Shanahan situation. Bring him over here. Let's just see. Because if anything, we understand what his ceiling and floor is, right? Like his ceiling can be, it's 3rd overall pick ass Trey Lance. Rough. All right, Dak, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's like that, right? But if the absolute floor of this thing is, hey, we get a better backup quarterback in the event. Hey, Dak's been getting hurt a bunch. In the event that anything were to happen to Dak Prescott. Hey, we got a Trey Lance here. He gets to come in and boom, boom, boom. It's a lot of little stuff that we can. Let me see if I can get Foster King on here. Skywalker. Okay, let me see if I can get Foster King. Let's just see if I can get Foster King. We're going to get Foster King and then we're going to get on the phones, though, because I know Foster King has an interesting perspective on this. Let me see. I got to go down to Roundtable because we're friends. And then you start to, do even more mind tricks, right? Like, man, is it like some packages we can run with Trey Lance? Because Trey Lance athlete for real. You know what I mean? Like Dak Prescott can run around a little bit because he's not terribly slow. Like that's his run thing. Trey Lance runs. You know what I'm talking about? It's interesting. But you get a dude that the fucking 49ers traded 3 first-round picks for. And look, I'm looking at the chat box, right? I'm just talking crazy. Just me fooling with the chat a little bit. I saw a lot of people in the chat box that got so much faith in this Shanahan thing. Why couldn't he make something out of Trey Lance? I don't know, man. Y'all be wanting to fight just to be fighting or whatever, but I think there's something here. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm gonna keep listening to guys around me, but what this sounds like is I'm moving on from Will Greer, because Will Greer's not even gonna play for you this year. If 4 is healthy, you'll never see Will Greer. If 4 gets hurt for a little bit, you'll see Cooper Rush, and you know what I'm saying? Cooper Rush will win you some games till 4 comes back. If 4 and Rush can't get it done, then we looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. anyway. So you fully redshirting Trey Lance. Get Foster King in here. So you redshirting Trey Lance. Here we go. But what if it turns into something for real? And then you end up trading Dak. Fuss ain't even answering the goddamn phone. Of course he's not. Let me get into my phones then. Hear what y'all talking about. I want to hear y'all reactions, man. I would love to hear from you. I think TP was up first. TP, what's up?
Hey, Voch.
TP from NC. What's happening, brother?
Hey, what's up, Voch? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What you got for us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you. What you got for us? Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's been a long time since I talked to you, but man, I wish you well, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
Appreciate
but
you.
Let me get this out of the way. It's kind of strange, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe they're using it for some trade bait later.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility, trade bait later. And like I said, I don't think Dak's going away for the next 6 years, but it's kind of strange.
TP, listen. TP, listen. Whatever you do, TP, do not hang up. I'm just about to put you on mute. Foot's called in. I'm going right back to you after I get Foots in here. Foots, what's happening?
Mr. Lombardi.
Hey man. Hey, yo, Foots. First and foremost, man, how you doing, sir? God, good. I'm just so happy to be here to be able to talk about this, which I love being Voch and Foots on the internet, sir. First of all, how you doing, player?
You know what? As soon as I get home, it's crazy. I was going to text you and see, did you want to do something? You already on it. But
yes, sir.
I'm good. The crazy thing is, I've actually gotten about 3 calls now. And I'm like, why is everybody calling me?
Shit.
And then my boy texted me and said, dog, Voch is calling you right now. One of my better friends, my man Christian. He follows you as well. I'm on the way home from vacation, but I had to take this call because guess what? Mm-hmm. This is crazy.
It's crazy.
We got to talk about this, bro.
Okay,
let's go.
So Footsie King, here was my opening, table setting, right? This has nothing to do with Dak Prescott right now. This has nothing to do with Cooper Rush right now. Will Greer just got his job taken right now, right? And the third quarterback every year always kind of ends up redshirting because if your first 2 quarterbacks get hurt, we get Marvin Harrison Jr. next year, right? So what this means to me is maybe Footsie King, Will McClay taps somebody on the shoulder and says, I remember scouting that dude. I remember watching film on that dude. And the 49ers gave up 3 firsts for that dude. So if we can get him cheap for a 4th, there's a lot of ceiling and upside to it. I'm not going to tell you everything else, Footsie King, but that's just the table that I've set. What's your take on this?
But I remember me and you covering Trey Lance.
Yes, sir.
There were times I was emotional and I wanted Trey Lance in the building.
You did. Goddamn did.
And you know how it goes, Spot. Mm-hmm. The truth is this: me and you are draft guys. Will McClay's a draft guy. Will McClay's job is to put pressure in every room. Mm-hmm. Is there going to be pressure on Dak Prescott? Realistically, no. Mm-mm. But what this does do is this: if for any odd reason Dak were to get hurt, okay, mm-hmm. this is my initial thought. If for any odd reason Dak were to get hurt, let's say week 7, things happen. We don't know, right?
Yeah.
Lance has been in the offense now for 7 weeks. He's been learning. No pressure. Sure. Low pressure situation. San Francisco, high pressure situation. Why I don't know, and that's another topic for us, and we need to talk about that because I just don't know why Sam Darnold has been given this many chances. But that's the NFL. Sure. But back to Trey Lance. And so when you talk about the pressure, right? There's none. Come in, learn from a quarterback who's been a model citizen, who's been a great quarterback. Learn the offense. Right. He ran this offense in college. I think that's what people need to understand. Shanahan's offense.
Hold on, Fuzz.
Yeah. Give me a drop. Give me a drop.
Come on, Fuzz. Oh, you spitting out of that? Oh, you spitting out? You spitting out? Come on, talk to us, Fuzz. Keep going. You spitting now? Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
This was his offense. Quick game.
Yeah.
Get the ball off. See, people got to understand. Shanahan's offense is like learning the Bible. It's a lot of chapters. And Shanahan wants it his way.
I said
that's why I tell listen, that's why I told people when our defense dialed Purdy in, it was so interesting because Shanahan's like a puppet master with his quarterback.
Yeah, Matt
Ryan, Purdy. I guess with Trey, with Darnold. What he does is he locks them in. He's last with the pen, right? Mm-hmm. But when you dial him in, like we dialed him in the playoff game, the offense starts to get stale. Mm-hmm. And so I think with Trey Lance, for me, if nothing else, Voch, if nothing else, for a 4th round pick, you just got the best security for Dak Prescott that you could have got at this juncture in the season right now. If nothing else happens. And to me, I'll take that.
Man, Footsie King, let me tell you something, bro. I love when I come on here and say something and somebody in the chat start talking crazy to me like I'm wrong, and then another legend come in here and just affirms what I was just thinking. Foots, Trey Lance ain't got to do nothing this year, Foots. He doesn't have to do anything. Nothing. All he got to do is learn this offense and sit behind Cooper Rush. I don't know what it's like in San Francisco. I don't know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot going on. But this offense in particular, Trey Lance got legs. Trey Lance got arms. You know what I'm saying? And look, the ceiling, Footsie King, that's the important part. The ceiling is you get this dude that was taken 3rd overall for all the reasons he was taken 3rd overall. If not, cool. You just sent a 4th round. You just sent Viliami Fehoko to the damn 49ers. I think that's worth the risk because 2 things, Footsie King. This was this was my last piece to it. If Dak Prescott and them wants to hold you hostage in like contract renegotiations or anything like that, if Trey Lance can earn your trust and bring in your system that really Schottenheimer gets to mold him from a baby now. You know what I'm saying? He can just mold Trey Lance however he wants to in his image, whatever you want to do. If we've earned enough confidence in Trey Lance, if you want to move on from Dak after 2 years, you can do so because you got a young killer with upside, athletic ability, big arm, all that kind of stuff, right? Plus, Fuster King. But look, this is my other part about it, Fuss. If he can't beat Dak Prescott, out, right? But he still ends up being successful or top tier quarterback. You can trade him or you can get comp picks for King. Come on, that's it. That's it.
This is a draft and team builder, GM and us. I'll do you one better. That's what you realistically want to happen.
Yeah.
Right. The last one.
Yeah. Get that first.
I think that's probably what's going to happen. The truth is, he's a better player than Cooper Rush. Now, has he been in? Let me take this back. He has better traits than Cooper Rush. It just is what it is.
Yes, sir.
We covered him. I mean, Cooper's not that. Trey Lance is a freaking athlete. Like, there's no way around it. And so what happened is he played in a rainstorm.
Right.
He tore his leg up and he lost his job. And I won't say that he lost his job to where Brock Purdy was just this dynamic quarterback.
Right.
He lost his job because Brock Purdy took over the keys and
didn't make
exactly. But we got to remember that defense really did a lot of the carrying of the load.
Christian McCaffrey, yeah, for sure.
And so, to me, I'll say this, and then I'll hang up, Voch, and I'll listen, and then hopefully we can get on either later tonight or at some point.
Let me know.
But yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna do some digging on this one because I'm excited for a couple reasons. To me, this guarantees that my biggest takeaway is this is now guaranteed you an opportunity to make sure that if any injury happens, because the truth is Dak has gotten injured. Mm-hmm. He has the ankle. He missed 5 games last year.
Right.
That if an injury does happen, your season isn't completely down the drain. You're not running out Ben DiNucci. I like Kellen Moore. I mean, excuse me. You know I feel like Kellen Moore.
You bet not.
I like Cooper Rush.
No way.
Yeah.
I like Cooper Rush, but I think with his gameplay, I think there's a ceiling.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, if Dak does get hurt, and now Cooper Rush is kind of hitting the wall, well, hey, Trey Lance, you've been in the system now for a while. What can Trey Lance do behind a great offensive line with weapons? We have to remember, this team has probably better weapons than San Francisco does. Let's just be honest. So, no pressure, low stress. And the other thing is, I do believe that with Schottenheimer, I'll make this point and I'm done. If Geno Smith can turn his career around, Trey Lance can. And I'm going to just leave it at that. If Geno Smith can turn his career around, Voch, I believe in the right system, learning from the right guys, Trey Lance can. And it may not mean that he's the guy here, but somewhere else he can.
Yeah, I agree, Fuss King, 100%, man. Hey, man, love you to pieces, man. Safe travels. Tap in with me, and we'll talk about whatever we got to do, bro. Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
Yes, sir. I don't know if
no way.
Hey, offense.
We create. Not this time. No.
It's close. It's close, but it ain't like bona fide or nothing like that. You know, it's close though. All right, appreciate you, Fussy King. Let's get back to the phones. I'm actually gonna because it's 20 of y'all.
The conference has been locked.
I love you to pieces. It's 20 of y'all. We're gonna finish up TP. Then we're gonna go Jazz from Bitches Love Sports Podcast, and then Brian Brown. I think he was next. All right, TP. I apologize. Fussy King called in, sir. My fault. Go ahead.
Hey, Bosh. I love what Fuss said. It makes sense.
Please.
It really makes sense.
Yes, sir.
But like I said, who knows? We might be using him. Might use it for trade bait later. I don't know, but I think it's a good pick because, like you said, like Foot said, he's better than Cooper Rush. He really is.
Yeah,
really is.
Yeah.
And I hope nothing will happen to Dak. I really don't. But I just have faith in Will McClay. I just have faith in Will McClay, man. Yeah. I just do.
Yeah.
And whatever the Cowboys do with him, you know, I think it's going to be all right. It's going to turn to gold. I just believe it. You know, I might be a homer. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. But Bosh, I was want to ask you something, man.
What's up, big dog?
Do you think the Giants are sleepy good?
Sleepy good?
Sneaky, do you think we really have to be concerned about the Giants that first game, man?
No. Why would we?
False. No way. Not this time.
Appreciate it, TB.
Created it. Not this time.
Good call.
No, not this time.
Appreciate it, TB. I got 21 calls. I'm trying to get all of them, TB.
All right, look.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Okay, well, go ahead on, Voch. I get which when I get the Dallas.
Yeah.
I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, TB. Yes, sir. I'll be in Houston whenever you get to Dallas, but, I got you. I got you. We got Jazz from Bitches Love Sports. What's up, Jazz?
How's it going, Voch?
Life is good. Life is good. Thoughts and opinions. Trey Lance is a Dallas Cowboy now. 4th round pick. I know you heard something. Talk to us, please.
Definitely blindsided by it, and a little bit confused at first, but now that I've had time to think about it, I'm not mad at it at all.
Okay.
At first, I was just kind of like, I was thinking like a lot of people were thinking, like, okay, Will Grier lost his job, obviously. And he's been frustrating all preseason anyway. I think there were a lot of people who, the reason why we wanted him to get better so bad was because we thought he was going to stick around. And now I'm kind of like, okay, well, we don't have to worry about any of that anymore. Cool. But then you start seeing people saying like, okay, Dak Prescott's on the hot seat. Trey Lance is going to challenge Dak Prescott for a spot. I agree with you that we don't have to worry about any of that this year. However, one of the questions that I did kind of ask myself is like, okay, if we spend all offseason, all preseason talking about how Mike McCarthy's system and PCP is going to transform Dak and like help him transcend levels as a quarterback, then, of course it's reasonable to think that, Trey Lance might develop pretty well under a new system and with a new team as well. So while I'm not thinking that something's necessarily going to happen like right now, I can't really be mad at the people who think that this does put a little bit of pressure on Dak Prescott as far as his future, especially considering the fact that he hasn't gotten that extension yet. Because it's like the salary cap hit for him next year is supposed to be pretty big. So there's a lot of reasons that the Cowboys could at least threaten to go a different direction, I think. But I'm not really confident that people should really be leaning on that as something that's going to happen, but I can definitely understand people bringing that into the conversation. But I do agree that Trey Lance is at minimum poised to become the next backup. I think when we think about how players and people on the staff keep talking about how they kind of have this window, everybody's being very open about wanting to pursue a Super Bowl right now. And then you also think about the fact that the Cowboys have been so close in the past. I've said in the past that, like, literally over the past 2 seasons, they've been a handful of plays away from having a completely different season ending, a completely different record. So if we think about them being that close and everybody having this strong resolve to make it happen, you can definitely see them wanting to invest in somewhat of an insurance policy just to make sure that, hey, in case something happens, we want to make sure that there's somebody qualified behind the helm. And say what you want about Trey Lance being a bust, but, like, he's got good qualities. There's a reason why he was drafted 3rd overall. So I think, whenever we think about the fact that he had so little experience in college and that he had so little experience professionally so far, and that's been interrupted with injuries, I don't think it's unreasonable to say, hey, somebody like Mike McCarthy can take him in here, develop him, and make him a qualified competitor in the system. So. Fair
enough. Thank you so much. That is actually, you tell the people who you are and where to find your good work. Please, go ahead.
My name's Jazz with Bitches Love Sports. You can find us at bitcheslovesports.com. There you can find our Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all of that.
They do indeed love sports. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Now, Trey Lance is, I just don't see Trey Lance directly competing with Dak Prescott this year. Just be ready though, chat. And honestly, I know it was like 2,700 people in here earlier. That was crazy. It's like 24 now. Appreciate you. I don't want y'all to get into these fights. Please just listen to me, chat. I don't want y'all to get into these Twitter fights because you know what's about to happen, boy. Boy, national media about to. Boy, you just know First Taking them about to. Boy, what's the name? Is Skip Bayless and them Monday? They come back. Him and his new crew. You know they about to turn this into something. Man, listen. Anybody with some good sense to tell you that this means nothing for Dak Prescott right now, at least. Nothing for Dak Prescott right now, at least. There's there's an adage that goes around draft season or whatever. They all say, these are just dart throws, right? You're just throwing darts at a board, hoping to, get a guy out of it, right? The 49ers threw many first round picks at their darts, hoping that Trey Lance turns into a dart or, turns into a hit or whatever, right? We're throwing a 4th round pick. And I know we like to put a lot of, emphasis and a lot of love and a lot of, we just love these fourth round pick is so valuable. Why are we giving away I saw some people on Twitter. It's like, Voch, why are we giving up a fourth round pick? Well, because it's a high quality dart throw. But you're not throwing that expensive of a dart. It's a goddamn fourth, all right? It is what it is. I'm trying to get my roadcaster to reconnect so we can get Will Steele on here. Until that happens, let me get Brian Brown on the phone. See what he's talking about. What's up, Brian Brown?
Everything's going pretty good. I'm actually kind of happy about this move.
Okay.
It's to me it's a gamble, but it's a very low risk gamble.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be a fourth rounder. It's going to be near the end of the fourth round anyway. It's almost going to be a fifth.
Mm.
You have the opportunity right now. He's better than Will Grier already, and this could be one of the best things for him, sitting behind and learning from Dak Prescott for a year or two, and then he should be ahead of Cooper Rush.
Right. And
then we may have a pretty good and a relatively cheap backup for a while.
Mm. Yeah, fair enough. And if you can lean into I'm gonna call you. If you can lean into Trey Lance's athleticism, because look, what makes Cooper Rush an inadequate backup is he can be carried by the defense. And he can just keep the offense on track. If Trey Lance can simply keep the offense on track, we play defense, and he just does athletic big arm things, he might take Cooper Rush's job by the middle of the season. I don't know. We'll see. Brian Brown, I'm about to get Master William Skywalker Steele on the phone. Thank you so much for calling in, brother.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Appreciate so much, Brian. Appreciate so much. Let's go. Boom. Cause this is what we do, man. Voch Lombardi, man. Go live on the emergency joint. We're gonna get Will Steele. Let's see what Will Steele talking about. Here we go. See what Will Steele talking about. Will Steele, Fuster King called me and said that Trey Lance about to take Dak Prescott job. What do you think?
Hey, I know what they say. That what's happening now.
What's good with you, my guy? Listen, man, we didn't expect this to be news today, but this just kind of showed up out of nowhere. Do you have any thoughts or maybe a take on this, sir? What you think about it? Trey Lance to the Cowboys, fourth round pick.
It was a savvy move. It's a savvy move that continues to add on top of what the front office has done, in my opinion. Going out and getting Cooks, going out and getting Gilmore, now shoring up what will be, I think, your third quarterback spot, and by possibly end of the year or definitely next year, your quarterback 2 spot. Listen, good movement. They had a second round grade on Trey Lance coming out of school, so you get him for a fourth round pick. We're talking about the quarterback position, right? So you can get even a backup quarterback for a fourth round pick.
Yeah,
come on, man, that's money. And then if things go super sideways, maybe he could be more than that. But right now, I think you're a better quarterback 3 than Will Grier, with potential to be quarterback 2. And if he can continue to rise, maybe more in trade, maybe more here. But that's a long ways to go. We're talking about a guy that didn't beat out Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy. So, we're not having any conversations beyond being quarterback 3 at the moment and possibly quarterback 2 next year, maybe.
If you had to make a guess about his lack of 49er success or whatever, do you think that it was just too much pressure on him being third overall guy? Do you think it was just Shanahan's system that he couldn't get a hold on, pressure weighed on him a little bit, or you just think he just trashed and he just couldn't beat Sam Darnold?
Injuries. He had a lot of injuries. People don't really realize this, but he's been nicked up, banged up since he came in, and lack of experience. Again, we got to slow the brakes on the craziness that's happening out here. This is a guy that has tied for the least amount of starts in college, coming into college, being drafted in the top 10 with Mitchell Trubisky since 2002. So he didn't play a lot of football.
Yeah.
And he didn't play a lot of football in the NFL because he's been hurt and he's been a backup.
Yeah.
So, he's got to develop. And one thing that, Mike McCarthy has done is he's had some guys that he's helped along the line throughout his career as a quarterback coach or play caller. So this is a guy that's got to continue to develop. He hasn't even played enough.
Yeah, fair enough, Will Steele. And you saying this has nothing to do with Dak Prescott throwing interceptions last year, right? This ain't got nothing to do with that. Trey Lance not gonna take Dak's job this year, right? That's what you're saying?
Does anybody believe Trey Lance is better than Dak Prescott right now? I mean, it shouldn't even have to have that conversation at the moment. I mean, this is a guy that couldn't beat out once again. Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. So I don't know how anyone would think he's going to come here and beat out a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
That's silliness.
Hey, man, just making sure, wanted to get your voice on wax. I know it's your bedtime and all that, being 7:30 and all that. So, hey, man, appreciate you. It's Will Steele.
Hey, man, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. That's what we're watching right now.
Yeah.
A tribute to Bray Wyatt here on SmackDown. So, rest in peace out there to the eater of the world.
100%. Skywalker Steele on social medias, A to Z Dallas on YouTube, 8:30 to 10:30. Also co-producing on the volume. Appreciate you, man.
Luke.
Hey, man, this ain't got nothing to do with Dak Prescott, dog. This ain't got nothing to do with Dak Prescott, dog. And I just want to keep beating y'all upside the head with that. Hey, we're going to take some more callers, too. In case y'all didn't know, me and Will Steele was on 105.3 The Fan. We really trying to drive them numbers up so that we can get some more YouTubers on 105.3 The Fan. Hey, just click that link whenever y'all, after the show, of course. After the show, click that link and I'll just, just in case y'all didn't know we was on there, just go ahead and click that link. You'll go see. All right, let's get back to the phones and hear y'all's reactions here. I would love to hear. I would love to hear y'all's reactions here. Also, too, I see a bunch of y'all up in this mug. I see 2,300 people up in here live. We do this Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central. If y'all want to come through, goddamn. All right, here we go. MJ, what's up, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, chilling, my guy. Trey Lance is a Dallas Cowboy, 4th round pick. What you got for us, man?
Oh, man, that's a good pickup. You know what I'm saying? That's a good. You just train for the next 3 years. This was like, if they want to do Dak Prescott contract, then, because they like doing short term. So now you can redo it, do that 3 year, put that extra 3 years on it. And then now you got to train this young kid for 3 years. And then you can decide from there. And then, the guy got a whole 2 years to get ready for the system for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He got the legs. And that's a good thing. Like when we do that practice, now we got a real quarterback that runs like Philly. That's a good practice.
Who is Philly? Hurts.
That is perfect. Oh, my God.
Right.
And I know Philly saw that.
Right.
Philadelphia like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
See, Philly panicking.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And Dak is going to be good. He's going to be good this year.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, another thing, that's going to put pressure on Dak agent. Because this quarterback do like he's supposed to and take it to another level, he won't have the negotiating tables.
Right.
Like you say, it's a business. Everything is business. Right now, we root for our quarterback, Dak. But his agent be so greedy, and he think he's out-maneuvering the Cowboys. But now, the Cowboys say, okay, Scott Schottenmar,
who?
And, and the coach, and the
Schottenheimer.
coach.
Schottenheimer, yeah.
Schottenheimer, and our coach help the Green Bay quarterback, and they get him on the same page like that with them legs.
Yeah.
That's going to put pressure on Dak Prescott agent. Like you say, it ain't got nothing to do with Dak Prescott right now.
Right.
But they're going to have, in 2 or 3 years, it's going to put pressure on that agent.
Why you whispering, Marv? Where you at? Where you at? Why you whispering?
No, I ain't whispering.
Oh,
I'm in the store.
Oh, you just sound louder than you just sound quieter than what you normally. I'm just asking. So you think that Trey Lance can take Cooper Rush's job this year, Marv?
Well, he won't take it this year, but well, it won't be early in the year.
Right.
By the 15th game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. But now he got an easy answer because he them rollouts like Dak doing, rolling out, running. He can run with the ball. Now they're gonna tell him, man, we want you to do. Okay, since all the Philadelphia fans on here, now we finna do like y'all do, Philly. Okay, Lance, you can run, imitate that Philly quarterback. We're gonna keep everything simple for you.
Yeah.
If somebody open, you hit them. You got the arm. If they're not, you run 20, 30 yards.
Right.
Like Chicago quarterback, like Philly quarterback. And now right there, now with that offensive line we got, they got Philly panicking. And it's a good pickup. You got to give, like you say, they did it again. Right. The Cowboys are doing something that y'all never seen before. Before I leave, to all the Cowboy fans, we got our fourth. You know who our fourth round pick is?
Who's that?
For next year?
Who's that?
Is Steven, the tight end that got hurt.
John Steven.
You know who? Then we got
who else?
Overshawn coming back. So the first 2, 3, and then the 7, and then how we picking free agent? Yeah, we not missing a beat, y'all. One more thing, Voch. They thinking like you guys always said, like you and Will. Oh man, get rid of them picks. Now the Cowboys doing that because they know how to pick in free agency. They don't need their 4, 5, 6 picks no more. They love them, but not no more. Cowboy fans, it's a new generation. Welcome Trey Lance, your boy Trey Lance, and hey, let's go. How about them Cowboys?
Well, also too, Marv, I think the Cowboys are gonna get comp picks right around that area, right? So I think you know, like they don't have a 4th, 5th, and 6th round pick. So Schultz could be like a 5th round pick or something like that. I don't think Noah Brown will be nothing, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's a couple other guys that we lost that could probably be picked. So yeah, we'll see. Appreciate you.
We got so much talent. Cowboys deep.
Yeah, we got.
So, man, but like you say, they gonna be trying to talk about the stupid network. Oh, Trey Lance. No, Trey Lance is not doing. Don't even want them talking like that himself.
Yeah, you know.
He'll probably say, man, shut up.
Yep.
I'm behind Dak. I'm learning behind Dak and Coop.
Yeah.
Give me 2 or 3 years to get my. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And by 3rd year, he should be ready.
He'll be ready he'll be ready for us, Marv. Appreciate fantastic call, my guy. We love you, man. Salute.
Thank you, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. Marv is a gentleman and a scholar, ladies and gentlemen. Gentleman and a scholar. Let's get Jamal on the phone. Jamal up next. Sam on deck. The lunatic in the hole. What up, Jamal?
What up, big dog? Hey, man, I'm in love with this trade, and what it says to me is it says exactly what you've been saying, man. It's a development process for Trey Lance, man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. One thing people got to remember is that McCarthy was Brett Favre's QB coach for 4 years and his head coach for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Within that time frame, they had Aaron Rodgers as a backup, bro. So, I mean, if you look at the process of his development of young quarterbacks, it's unprecedented. McCarthy gonna get this boy's mind right, whether it's to be QB2 or out of the league. He gonna get his mind right. Secondly, I allude to what you said earlier about him having more talent and weapons around, because Brandon Ayuk is not Brandon Cooks. Deebo Samuels is really the only true outside threat they have outside of him and Kittle.
Right.
And Kittle is limited to maybe 13 or 14 games because he's also often injured.
Right.
And lastly, what Skywalker still said, man, this is a guy that Will McClay had a second round grade on.
Yeah.
And what it says also alludes to what you said earlier. San Francisco accepted a 4th round pick. So in their mind, they had either a 3rd or a 4th or 3rd or a lower round grade on him for trade value anyway. So the Cowboys get a steal here as far as a QB to develop. Will Grier should have been out of there last week, and I felt like just the interception in the red zone, that's what turned me off. Like, they were in a position to win that game against Seattle, and he kind of blew that off.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, I just feel like this young man has a chance to come here, rejuvenate his career, and he happens to go with a guy that has a career of helping young quarterbacks develop into superstars, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Jamal. Good call, brother. Yep. Somebody sent me an email that says 49 fans is mad. Breaking news. 49ers trade. Let me see.
Breaking news. Breaking news. The 49ers trade Trey Lance to the Dallas fucking Cowboys for a 4th round pick. Now, we played Dallas week 5.
That is true.
It's going to be interesting to see what's going to go down that week.
You're not going to see Trey Lance week 5.
I apologize. I'm at my show. I didn't look. I'm sitting here doing a gig, and next thing you know, I'm in mid song, and my watch is going a bits, and I'm like,
Never
yo,
too much.
I tell you what, we got a 4th round pick. I am so happy Trey Lance is gone. You have no idea how much gray hair I have from trying to like it just didn't make sense from the draft. They drafted a guy. They thought they saw some upside in him. You think they're going to change the offense. They don't change the offense. Trey can't grasp the quick game concept. He doesn't fit anymore. The only thing that was going to be healthy for Trey Lance was to move him. You have no idea. I know I'm not crying. I really want to smile because I feel like something's going to happen week 5. And I'm mad as fuck because I'm going to be out there and I don't want to lose to the goddamn Cowboys. But what's going to happen is, never mind. I don't know the future. I didn't see.
Hey, I used to coach back in the day, right? Type of coach I am. Cowboys lose. I mean, pardon me. If the Cowboys win and we get to the end of the game and do victory formation, just for shits and giggles, you gotta let Trey Lance do victory formation. You gotta let him take the knee. You gotta let him take the knee, or at least be the running back on victory formation. All right, Deshaun, what's up? Deshaun?
Yeah. Hey, I'm right here.
Where you at, man? You must be at the club that this dude was playing music at. My bad, Deshaun. What you got for us, big dog?
No, I was watching the whole Bray Wyatt thing. No, it's a lot. It's a lot to process. When I first seen it, I was like, bro, because the first thing that caught my mind was like, hopefully this have nothing to do with Dak's situation because that's the last thing I need is that to be mixing up, and I feel like it's gonna be a distraction, but at the same time it's not. So like, be a distraction because main media is about to blow this up. Stephen A. already laughing about it. He already geeking about it. Yeah. And then at the same time, it's a smart move. And the reason I say that, I feel like I don't want the Cowboys to get into another Zach Martin situation, right? Where you're kind of held hostages. Yeah. Because you have no backup plan. Yeah. And you have nothing to rely on. And then on top of that, I feel like Trey, I feel like 49ers gave up on him so quickly. They gave up on him because he has like gifted athleticism. He has like the intangibles. It's just he needs somebody. He needs a veteran. They didn't really have like a veteran over there at 49ers land to like teach him the ropes. Right. It's like I said, if you don't get with Kyle Shanahan's team, it's either you get with the team or you're gonna be out of here. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy though, Deshaun, man. And that's a fantastic point that you just told me about, right? Like the quarterbacks around him was Purdy and Garoppolo. Like Jimmy ain't teaching nobody nothing. What can Purdy teach you? You know what I'm saying? And dealing with his injuries and stuff like that, man. Come on, man. That's a fantastic point, Deshaun. I got some more callers, bro. I'm about to go ahead and get to them. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Lunatic up next. Sam on deck. Cowboy J in the hole. The Lunatic. Que pasó? Mi hermano. It's good.
Voch Cowboys Nation, is this front office doing unlike front office things this year? This is not the quarterback news I wanted to hear this morning. I want to hear an extension, but I can see how they are doing it. Specifically because Big Mike, that QB whisper, he did several times in Green Bay. Yeah. He picked up picks from quarterback and then traded them. San Francisco, you do realize they traded up for Trey Lance. What did they give up like 3 first-round picks? And they traded him to our first rival is filthy. If you ask most Cowboy fans who are second rival after that, it's the Niners. They traded to the Cowboys. That's how much of a loss to them that is. If Big Mike can turn that around, great. But front office, I need for you to extend Dak. I don't want potential. I want proven results. We're in our window. Let's do that extension. Let's sign some players. And if Lance turns into a good backup that we can turn into picks, let's do it. But I like what the front office do. We can't hate it. Yeah. San Francisco gave up on him. I mean, Shanahan, talk about pressure now because he's the one that made this move for Trey.
Right.
And now you're trading him. Even the Niner fans are like, we can't lose. But interesting times.
Yeah.
The Cowboys Nation, we are making those moves, whether you like it or not, but extend Dak. Thank you, Voch, for all you do. Great Cowboys insight for hopefully a special season. Remember, puro pinche Cowboys. Thank you, Voch. Go Cowboys.
Yeah, muy tranquilo. Siéntete, mira la televisión. Trey Lance de Dallas Cowboys. ¿Cómo se Cowboys, eh? Appreciate that lunatic. Yes, sir. What I said was I was sitting here just chilling, and then I was watching the television, and then all of a sudden Trey Lance said Dallas Cowboys. Come on, man. Hey, man. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. What y'all doing, cuz? Come on, man. Come on, man. Who I say, Cowboy J? Let's get Cowboy J up in here. What's up, Cowboy J?
What's up, Voch? What's good?
Man, cool.
Hey,
man,
man,
cool,
I'm excited about this one, bro. For
yes,
real.
sir. Yes, sir.
I really am. I feel like with Trey Lance being our backup or third string backup, I mean, you leaving no stone unturned in your voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
we cooking up with this one.
Yeah.
I feel like our next move, what we need to do is like try to find some depth for that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
If we do that, I mean, I ain't saying the word, you can say it, but I mean, I think the sky's the limit for us. We can end up with that Lombardi. You know what I mean?
Hey, yeah,
we could be one of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm excited about this. And also, like you said, you can have some trade value with this. I already had some of my own boys hit me up. They was like, man, you know, this is because Dak throwing picks. So I'm like, nah, like, you don't know ball for real. Like, we wanted them. We believe in Dak. I mean, as a fan base. I mean, the ignorance going to feel otherwise, but we're good right now. I love it.
Yeah, you know how it go, man. Appreciate you, Cowboy J. Good call. Good call, good call.
Sure.
Yeah, man, this ain't got nothing to do with Dak Prescott, man. This ain't got nothing to do with Dak Prescott. Danny Savage, let's get him on the phone. What's up, Danny?
Good evening, Voch. I'm going to start this on a positive note.
Please.
Yo, from the bottom of my heart, man, I want to congratulate you, Skywalker, Steele. See you guys on 105, The Fan, that Dallas show. Bro, seriously, I've been rocking with you since the pandemic, then Sky, and it sounds funny, but to see you two guys make it, and this is just the beginning, it feels like one of us made it. You know what I'm trying to say? I just
you one of us.
Showing you love, bro. I'm so happy for both of you.
Hey, man.
I wanted to catch you.
Appreciate you. Yo, Danny, appreciate you, man. That mean the world to me, man. Salute. Thank you.
Now, getting back to this thing. Before, I love Foots to death because he's a big draft guy. He said Purdy had a hot hand. Purdy can burn his sandwich, burn his hand making a sandwich. Purdy never had the hot hand. He never did. It was hands off the ball and played good defense. Number one in San Fran. This guy couldn't even beat out Purdy. All I'm trying to say is, I'm really just ticked off is, I think Dallas' window is 2 to 3 years. 3 years. Do you see, in your opinion, do you see Dallas picking up Trey Lance's 50-year option?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's kind of impossible.
It depends on how much. It depends on how much his. Well, I will say this. I don't know if they pick up his 5th-year option, but it might just be cheaper to just hold on to him and re-sign him. So I don't know. I don't know if they pick up his 5th-year option. I don't know, but it, like if it's cheap enough, I'd do it.
Top 5 pick. If he was a top 5 pick, it's got to be $10 to $15 million. If not higher for a quarterback.
Well, I don't know what happened between like us and San Francisco. Like, I don't know what buttons have been pressed. But if it's cheap, I'll do it. But if not, then you don't have to pick up the 5th-year option. You could just re-sign him if you want to. And if it's a situation where, okay, Trey Lance wants to leave Dallas and somebody else want to sign him, I'll take that comp pick.
All right, no, it is like my only thing I'm a little bit down on is we got a question mark with Big Sam. We got a question mark with him. We both can agree O-line and linebacker is thin. So you know me, I'm a big draft. That's all I do. So now I thought we were only missing our 4th and our 5th. You said next year. Now we also have no 4th, 5th, and a 6th. next year.
Right, Gilmore, Cooks, and Trey Lance. There's like a fifth hanging around because of like there was like a comp pick or something, but Brandon Cooks.
Oh, okay.
But like
fifth to move off for Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just think from my heart we're a win team now, and everyone's talking about Mike's going to develop this. Big Mike ain't going to be around in 3 years. And now what? Dan Quinn's going to be the quarterback guru? Listen, I'm just a little bummed out because I just think there was a lot more pressing needs. And I sent just a message yesterday. Would you send what would you, if you had to redo this all over again, would you send a fourth for Mekhi Becton, or would you send a fourth for Trey Lance? Or a fourth for the starting, or a fourth for Devin Bush in Tampa? What would you have done?
Well, the problem is that they're not going to take a fourth for those players. Like Trey Lance is the only person that you can get a fourth back for that. So, I mean, that don't really apply.
You don't think you could have got a fourth for Becton? He's running with Team 2 now.
Nah, I don't think. Okay, I'll let you answer.
No, you go. I apologize.
Well, I don't think they'll trade him for a fourth because they haven't traded him, and I don't think there's any talks of them trading him. Like he may be a second team guy, but maybe they look at his upside and they're just simply not trading him. White is a guy. Devin White's a dude that's probably gonna like try to make some money. I mean, I don't think he's gonna go for a fourth round pick at this point. And so I just think Trey Lance was. I think that was his price. I don't think. Now look, if you're saying should you get offensive lineman or linebacker with that fourth round pick? Yeah, we can talk about it, but I don't think them dudes in particular would have gone for a fourth round pick.
And also, listen, I'm just gonna close it out with you said it great though at the beginning of the show that. We got Trey Lance for a junior for Hoko. So at least on the bright side of the picture, next year Dan Quinn won't take a defensive player with our fourth round pick because we won't have one. And we have to, I mean, come on. But next year, I think we can agree we got to rebuild this whole line next year. Terrence and Badass are both not coming back. And I'm going to land the plane because I know you got a lot of callers. And, bottom of my heart, man. So happy for you and Sky. Bottom of my heart, man. And I'm out.
Hey, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll be putting that link in the chat for anybody that want to check it out after the show. Me and Will still on 105.3 The Fan. I'm still on Twitter just trying to get details anywhere I can get them. But we'll cross the road whenever we get there. Check out what's happening. Thank you so much, April, for holding us down. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. I didn't mean to open that tab. Here we go. Brandon from Houston. Now, we have a lot of Brandons in our universe. Two of them called. Two of them called Will Steele show today. You know what I'm saying? So that's funny. We got Brandon from Houston on the phone today. What's up, Brandon?
Oh, I'm back. Me and Will went crazy defending Dak.
Yes, sir.
But, hey, just want to give you your flowers, too. 105.3. Hey, that was some really dope content, man. And love y'all continuing doing y'all thing, Voch.
Appreciate you, brother.
And then, man, I want to get to the Trey Lance. Listen, Voch, I think we got our first string read option quarterback. Like, I don't care if we sacrifice every ligament on Trey Lance's body to get to 6, Voch. Like, we can, Dak is in no danger. Mm-hmm. But, man, they just gave me 6'5", 230-something that runs a 4.5. Surely we could do something with it. It sounds like a Jalen Tolbert type of situation.
Mm.
What do you think, Voch?
I'm sorry. You say Jalen Tolbert did what to Trey Lance?
I was just saying, Jalen Tolbert.
Like if it was an overload type of situation?
Bad matchup.
Yeah.
He had a Kellen Moore Tolbert situation. We have an athlete and a coach just doesn't know what to do with it. And Big Mike is just like, no, I got you.
I
think this also shows that. Sorry, go ahead, Voch.
No, my bad. I do think that when you get brought in to be the face of a franchise like that, there's a lot that comes with it. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that, expectations, things like that. Then you get hurt, and then media talking crazy. Then Jimmy take your job. Then Brock take your job. I just think it's a lot of little nonsense. Maybe Trey Lance would be a little better with a little less pressure. So that's fair. But go ahead.
Nah, I absolutely do think so, and I just think it's we're really in the F them picks mode, which is we're really weird from our. I think we're really trying to win, Voch. I don't know what they're going to do with Trey Lance, but I have to believe that our offensive side of the ball has a plan, the same way they had a plan with Deuce. They're going to have a package, which right now off the top of my head is Trey Lance, Deuce, and Pollard, and we're breaking some linebackers' ankles like 3 plays in the playoffs or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all we need them is just like one magic play, Voch, in the season. Like, we don't need them to do anything else.
Hey, I feel you.
I don't know if he'll see the field, but I think he might.
Hey man, I feel you, man. The first thing Trey got to do is first thing he has to do is beat Cooper Rush. I hate that it happened so late in the preseason because I would have loved to seen Trey Lance like suit up and play and get snaps here. But there's no chance. There's no chance that Trey's gonna play tomorrow. The wild thing about this though, Chad. The wild thing about this is that Will Grier got to play a game tomorrow, and he probably supposed to be playing the whole game. So goddamn, Will Grier. But good call though, Brandon. Appreciate you and thank you for those flowers, sir. Salute.
Later, Voch.
Yes, sir. 2 more calls and I'm gonna get up out of here because I just know Law Nation, a couple other my guys want to go live and talk about this. Let's get Sam on the phone. What's up, Sam?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, Killer? What you got for the show?
Man, listen, man. I got 2 different feelings on this, man. I'm mixed feelings on this. A lot of people hit on a lot of the points already.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look back at our 4th round picks, you got Jake Ferguson, Tony Pollard, you got Dorrance Armstrong, Dalton Schultz, you got Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys that are contributing members of this team as a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
If we're able to turn him into something else, that's great. But I'm kind of torn on it, man. I see the upside, I see the potential, I see what he could possibly be for us. I'm excited for that, but I'm also weary of Junior Fehoko isn't the only 4th round pick on this roster. So I'm a little bit wary considering that we already don't have a 5th or a 6th. So I'm up in the air on it. You know what I mean? I think it's a win now move. If something happens to Dak Prescott, I think Cooper Rush has shown that he's not capable of getting you to a Super Bowl. I think that Trey Lance has the talent where if you needed him to go win you a game, like he said, running the read option, running the ball, being a running threat and playing to our defense, I think that he could do that potentially. But I don't know. Yeah. I'm up in the air about it. But if Will McClay comes out, I want to hear what Will McClay thinks about it. If Will McClay comes out and says, hey, I signed off on this. I wanted him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He hasn't led me wrong yet. So,
hey man, somebody gonna have to tell us something. So appreciate you, man. Good call. Thanks so much for tuning in, Sam. Salute to you. Salute.
Yes, sir.
And we got one more call. Then we're gonna run over there to Law Nation, see what he talking about. Go over there, show some love.
Yo.
201. What's up? Who this?
What's going on, bro? This is Ben.
What's up, Ben? What you got for us today?
No, nothing much. I mean, like he said, a lot of people touched on it, and I wanted to just kind of compliment you on one of the things you said before. A lot of people kind of get into Twitter arguments about all this stuff, and it's kind of like Mike McCarthy is, at the end of the day, a Super Bowl winning coach, right? And one of the things that I really like so much about the pick is that what made us who we were when Dak was in his rookie year was his ability to be a running quarterback and kind of be dynamic all over the field. And at the end of the day, he is getting a little older and he's got a bunch of injuries. And Cooper Rush isn't that type of quarterback. And the fact that we do run a spread mustache offense, I'm sorry.
A spread mustache offense.
What worries me about Trey Lance is his injury.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Can you hear me? It's fading in and out.
No. You good? Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no. Like the fact that he's got a broken lip. Hello? The fact that.
All right, let's get into Supers. Bro, I have no clue what happened there. All right. Somebody say, if you have a stroke, I don't know. Somebody say you taking a shit. Oh, no. Let's make some, somebody said make that a give up. I said let's make some gifts. All right, let's get into Supers. See what y'all talking about. Appreciate y'all so much for being here, man. Lay out a piece. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, but you're here anyway, man. Salute. Supers. And then we're going to get up out of here. Also, too, if y'all leaving now, If y'all leaving now, there's the link to me and Will Steele on 105.3 The Fan. Love y'all to pieces, man. In case y'all missed it, go over there and check it out. We trying to run that number up so we can get some more YouTubers over there. Quick hypnotist. All right, here we go. I'm gonna refresh Supers one more time, and these all I'm gonna read because we gotta clear the airways. I don't want to just step on people's toes like that. Boy, it's a lot of them. God damn. Casey Williams dropped the deuce for the love. Appreciate you, sir. We them boys dropped the deuce. Says Dak got to stay healthy or he's out of Dallas. False, sir. Appreciate you, though. Charles Gibson dropped the deuce and says that's a weird trade. It's weird timing, but I can get behind it, though. Sean King dropped the deuce for the love. Appreciate you, man. Nick dropped a 5 and says I can't be mad. You always need to churn the roster, and getting TL for a Trey Lance. Getting Trey Lance for a 4th round pick behind Dak makes sense. Create competition. Yeah, fair enough. Kenny Lott dropped a dime of 5 and 5. That's 20 altogether. He says if Lance ever starts a game for us, all hope is lost. That's fair. Next year Lance will be quarterback too. I do agree, Kenny. He also says Voch, you do you and get better. Dak this year will be a first team All-Pro and league MVP along Super Bowl MVP. I agree, Kenny Lott. You also say Voch, all of Lance's rookie salary is fully guaranteed, and Dak took and Cowboys took on all the salary. We'll see what that is when all the information comes out. I am Gambit dropped the deuce and says just for the show. He just wanted to show some love, man. Appreciate you, man. Frankie Franchise dropped the 5 and says trade for a quarterback that's been on a team that you couldn't beat the past 2 seasons. Chestnut checkers, Lieutenant Dan. Appreciate you, bro. J.R. Gowan dropped the deuce for the love. Appreciate you. Then he dropped another deuce. That's 4 altogether. He says, so what about Cooper? Cooper Rush should be fine this year. Landlord from Wakanda dropped the deuce and says, nah, Negan is Treyway. Appreciate you. South Philly Shell, appreciate you, sir. Dropped the 5 and says, don't need the picks if our rookies in second round is popped this year. But boy, those dudes popped because they were picks at one point. So I hate giving up picks, but I think this is a high quality dart throw. Plus, I'm not complaining about the Gilly and Brandon Cook situation. You know what I mean? As long as I keep my first, second, third, we'll have another 5th and whatever comp pick, 6 and 7. Yeah, that's fine. Brian Brown dropped a dime for the love. Appreciate you. Black and ugly as ever. Hard throw out ever. Black is ugly. Okay, cool. He dropped a buck for the love. Appreciate you, man. Sam said, "What's the cap hit?" I'll have all his information one day, and I'll tell you. Lost in Translation Podcast dropped the 5. Appreciate you. Just got the news. I was on the phone. Cupcaking and got the news. I needed to see this for real. War call. Hey, I'll give you one. I don't think I hit the war call button enough this week. That's cool. Appreciate you. Also, tune in tomorrow. We got a post-game show. Salute. James Grover dropped the 5 and says it's worth the 4th to have Trey snitch out the 49ers scheme before we play them. That's facts. That's facts. I ain't think about that. Hey, man, what they doing? What's the secret sauce over there? That's facts. Sha Mighty dropped the deuce and says we now have 3 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFC. No, come on, man. Appreciate you, Sha. Ken Art dropped 5 and says a guaranteed $5 million next year is not quarterback 3. Well, he'll be quarterback 2 next year. Now who can I flip for Jonathan Taylor so I can win the Super Bowl? I don't think Jonathan Taylor gonna win your Super Bowl. I don't think Jonathan Taylor gonna win the Super Bowl. Give me a top tier defender, and then we'll talk about it. Derek Graves dropped a 5 and says, I like this for the future just in case we never develop a young quarterback maybe in 3 years. For sure. I agree. Dustin Baker dropped a 5 and then a deuce. That's 7 altogether. He says, yo, Voch, remember when we'd get old asses like Cassell? Oh, that's Castle. Matt Castle, Andy Dalton, Kyle Orton. Jerry called them good veterans. Well, looks like we've wised up. Good pickup. Appreciate you. We had one of those. His name is Cooper Rush, but boy, we got a young backup now. I do like it. TC on the drums dropped the deuce for the love. Appreciate you. Stephen Wade dropped the 5 and says Mike McCarthy had Cooper Rush look like a decent backup, and that quarterback got paid by the Seahawks. And that quarterback that got paid by the Seahawks, Geno Smith. What can he do with Lance? I think the sky's the limit for what he can do with Lance. But The limit's the sky for what he could do with Cooper Rush. God damn. Appreciate you, Stephen Wade. Mr. Lee dropped a 5 and then a deuce. That's 6 altogether. He says Jerry's timing with this type of stuff is amazing. He says, Zeke, who you get no hype tonight. That's fair. Then he came back and says, good pickup though. Appreciate you, Mr. Lee. The New York Bully dropped a 5 and says, as a Jets fan, there's no way in hell we trade Becton for a 4th. Yeah, I feel that way. He's our starting tackle versus the Giants Saturday. Lance is a good pickup for Dallas. So yeah, I felt that. I bet y'all to trade Becton for Dorrance Armstrong though, but you know, it is what it is. Lost in Translation Podcast came back and dropped another 5 and says Trey Lance has quick hipness. Appreciate you, sir. My homeboy said, just text me, said, glad y'all did it and not us. Hey man, what you want me to say? Then TC on the drums came back and dropped a deuce and another deuce. That's 4 altogether. He says, God bless. Thanks for the content. Good trade. Thank you so much. So much. Hey, listen, for the remaining 14 of y'all that's been here, I keep posting this link, man. Let's just run it up over on 105.3 The Fan. So after you leave here, check out the 105.3 The Fan link, whatever you want to do. But let's go over there and check out Law Nation page, man. Let's go over there and see what his live stream's all about. Let's go give him some numbers, give him support, give him some love, wrap our arms around his live stream, and hey, let's continue to support our creators. All right, love y'all to peace. I'll see y'all on the post game show tomorrow, man. Salute. Thank y'all so much for coming through on this emergency stream Friday. Y'all know I don't stream on Fridays.